Welcome back to a quick short video. Today I work on a new product called Bird Be Gone to try to take care of the dump ducks, the flying shit rats, whatever. As you'll see, it didn't quite go that well. So I bought some anti-bird devices, and you're supposed to be able to bolt them right through. You can see the holes. Well, I put the... What did I do with the nuts and bolts? I put the nuts and bolts in, and they go right through. You go to the website, they don't say nothing about it. They give you this plate. So you're supposed to screw this plate down and glue it, and then mount this, I don't know, to that. The instructions are horrible, but if you're using the bean bags, it doesn't say anything about using that plate. It just says use the provided screws. Well, the friggin' screws pull right through. Well, so that's stupid. So it's time to modify. And if you put the screws through, the issue with it being on a boat, the screw heads are poking through the bottom. So that could scratch a boat. So I'm going to modify this. I'm going to recess the mounting holes. I have a countersink bit. So I'll recess the mounting holes. Use that bracket like a washer. And then the screws at least won't rub, and that'll have a whole plate behind it. I'm on to the second plate. It's going a lot better now. And I just drilled just far enough so that I start to get a little indent from the main surface. And then I test it. And it still rolls, so I got to go a little further. But that's the gist. And then, of course, I have to smash them together. So these things were made, originally these bolts were supposed to just go through the back of this. But I had a problem with the bolts pulling through, so I took the flat square bracket they gave me. I cut it round, and then I countersunk, as you saw in some videos. And now everything seems to be working much better. But Bird Be Gone, if you're watching, you should reconsider what you do. Either that or provide some big flat washers or something to work with this so that it works. And you got to remember that these metal heads can't be touching something on a boat because that'll scratch up a boat. So once the springtime comes, we'll see how they do at keeping the birds off this. They're very highly rated. And no, I'm not sponsored by Bird Be Gone, but I wanted to try them because the boat gets bombed by the flying shit rats, the dump ducks, whatever you want to call them, shit birds. Thanks for watching. Check back for a follow-up video to see how they work.